Hey, what's good, everybody? This is EJ,
It's your boy Kenny.
And it's Francis.
and this is the Banter 3 FC podcast for three friends that love the game and love talking all things football. Before we get started, I want to let you guys know we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube, so please don't forget to like, subscribe, share our content, and show us love. Let's get into it. All right, so we are back again. The crazy winter December period of the Premier League is upon us. So we decided that we're going to switch it up this week and we are going to double up and talk about this past weekend's games and then also today's game. And recording this on Wednesday, so the games that went on today, because all three of us played both this weekend and today. So once we finish that, we're going to hop into next week and give a preview of what's to come. And then we'll give our final predictions of what we think is going to, how we think each game is going to turn out. So without further ado, the first game of this past weekend, I believe it was Arsenal versus West Ham, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew
There we
Well,
go.
you know, it was a continuation of a great week for us because last week we beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. Then we beat Sporting midweek 5-1. And then we rolled into West Ham and beat them 5-2. Very straightforward game. I think we scored all five goals happened in the first half, which is actually crazy. And it kind of reminds me of last year's game. We went to the London Stadium and beat them like 5 or 6-0 or something like that. Um, Another really good game from Saka. I think he had like 2 assists and a goal in the first half, which is great to see. The team's looking back to it now that Odegaard's back. Now we have that free flowing football. Now everybody who's saying that we're looking like Jose Mourinho's team, please put that conversation back on the back burners because all of our boys are back and we're playing our style of football, which I love to see. So yeah, it was kind of disappointing to see that we allowed West Ham to get back into the game with the 2 goals that they scored. But I was very happy to see that we still had our killer instinct. And as soon as they scored that second goal, where it got kind of like nervy for a second when it was like 4-2, we scored the fifth one, and then that kind of like sealed it. So I was happy to see that. But outside of that, pretty straightforward. I think I predicted a 3-0 win or something like that. So it was good to see that we got it. And then we kept the goal differential building. So good win.
Fair enough.
Francis, what did you predict? Did you predict the loss?
Um, no, I don't remember, to be honest. I don't
Okay.
remember.
We should start keeping track of this because I want to make sure that
No,
we
that's fine. Oh, I have no problem
yeah,
with that. I have absolutely no
yeah.
problem with that.
Let's
We can definitely
definitely.
do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Anything from you,
That's fine.
Kenneth?
Regarding you guys' game, now I predicted you guys to win.
Mm.
West Ham, no, I have no trust in them whatsoever. They were my dark horse to start the season, but you never know what you're gonna get. That's been their theme. Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. I thought it was just due to some injuries, and but it doesn't matter. They might their coach might be out of here soon enough, so no surprise as the result.
Yeah. You think it's time for Lopetegui to get sacked?
After I thought it was going to happen after I believe. Oh, they played yesterday. They played Leicester yesterday and
Against
lost
Leicester? Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
lost
yeah.
3-1.
3-1.
Shout out to the rude boy. But yeah, new manager bounce.
He
So
just
it's
keeps
crazy.
Bouncing.
I know he just keeps bouncing. It's crazy because we
Confidence.
beat Leicester twice. One in I believe it was the Carabao Cup, and then again in the Prem, and then that's when Steve Cooper got sacked, and so it's like Rude kind of was the one that just kind of killed off his managerial career at
and then
Leicester,
took his job.
and then took his job, and then now he might kill Lopetegui's career at West Ham. So shout out to Ruben Nistelrooy. Keep doing your thing. I think Leicester's yeah. I think Leicester is a solid team. They just need to learn how to put the ball in the back of the net, and they should be a team that's like maybe mid-table. They just need a couple more pieces. I think Patson Daka, him being hurt has really hurt them because I just think Jamie Vardy's on that kind of tail end of his career where he can't be an every game starter. So I think having a player like Daka, now that he's back, he scored yesterday as well. So I would expect Leicester to be on the up and up throughout the rest of the season.
Well said, but again, this is not a podcast about
for
Leicester
Leicester
City.
City.
So let's keep it rolling. He couldn't wait to talk
A
about
whole
Rivers. He
analysis
couldn't
of
wait.
Leicester City.
Yeah, like get out of here, bro. Let's keep it pushing. Unless you have anything to say about my club, let's keep it pushing.
No.
Thanks.
Francis, go ahead. Chelsea game.
Love it. Thank you. We had the Sunday 8:30 kickoff. I'm gonna keep it nice, short, and sweet. Aston Villa is a decent team, Champions League level team. We think it's gonna be kind of a tough game. The boys delivered 3-0, clean sheet. Jackson with another early goal to start the game off. Enzo second goal, great hit, bottom right corner. Third goal. I mean, what can we say about Mr. Cole Palmer? That's the guy right there. But yeah, keep it. It was honestly a really comfortable performance. Just handle business, dash them away, get them out of here. Let's go next game. Also, 3-goal. The goal differential was kind of important. So we did end up at the end of last week, tied with Arsenal, joint second. But Arsenal's top because of, was it alphabetical order?
No, it was goals away.
Oh, away. Okay. We'll see you at the Emirates. That's fine. No problem. And we go. That's it.
So you're getting a bit comfortable, and I want that to continue. Please let it continue.
I want it to continue for year 2, man. I mean, you have lofty goals, right? Title or nothing, right? What are the 3 words I always say?
No, Francis, don't worry about anything.
Done.
Don't worry about anything. Just enjoy it. That's all I have to say. Just enjoy it.
We will.
We're not going to talk about Ollie Watkins' chances. It was comfortable.
Did he make them or no?
Well, obviously not.
Francis
but I would.
Okay.
Francis
he's on one today.
He's on this.
That's fine.
Today.
No,
let me be real.
Okay, we'll be fair. He had 2 chances where you're thinking Ollie Watkins,
last year
of his caliber.
That.
He should. But hey, just didn't fall for him. It's all right.
You want me to be so real with you, and I can't let you get away with this because I saw what you did. Aston Villa, a Champions League level quality team. Blah 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 blah.
Are they not?
My boy, stop it. I know, Kenny knows. This Aston Villa that we're seeing now is not the Aston Villa that we saw last year or the year before. We know that the Champions League is affecting their performances, so let's not talk about them as if they are the Aston Villa of old that'll give anybody a problem, home or away, like they have been over the past couple of years. Because we all know that they've had a big decline from this year from where they were last year. But that's all I have to say on it. If it's Aston Villa, the Champions League level team, so be it.
That's what it is. They're in the Champions League right now, so I will classify them as a Champions League level team. We move.
Enjoy. Let him enjoy it because in the Conference League they play Hampden High. So he needs to be able to
Yeah, they
classify
played
such
Hamden High
teams.
last week and then Notre Dame the week
Yeah,
before.
yeah. And then they played one player, Noah. It was just 11v1. I heard. I didn't
I'm
watch the
so
highlights.
glad Amarin's Army representative is talking right now. I am so
We
glad.
are. Oh yeah, I'm talking.
Oh,
It's my turn, as my man Skip Billis will say.
Jeba,
Everton, Manchester United. I was on a high after Sunday's win. It's been a while where we've had a comfortable 4-0 win. Starting off, I mentioned this. Everton were definitely the better team. I would say like the first 20 minutes of the game. It's unfortunate that they just, well, unfortunate for them that they couldn't capitalize on their chances and our kind of just lack of discipline. I would say to start off the game. Even Amarim said after the game, like if you look at the Europa League game we played and the versus Everton in the Prem, Everton probably deserved one or two goals, whereas the team we played in Europa League, I think whatever you say their name, something Glint, we played better, but they scored. You know what I mean? So he's looking at the performances. But either way, it was good to see the likes of Marcus Rashford get two goals. Xerxes surprised me in that cam role as one of the midfielders there. He played excellent. And then let's talk about Matt Diallo. Wow, who knew this player would be this good as a right wing back? I mean, he's looked like he's been playing this position for years. So I think he had a couple of assists. But if you're watching the game, the way he's pressing, the way he just seems to understand exactly what Amarin's formation is asking of him, he's looked excellent. He's looked like the best player for us so far under Ruben. So comfortable win, good 4-0. It was a good momentum building win.
Anything from you, Francis?
y'all handled business like y'all should have did against Everton.
I actually do have a question for you, Kenny.
Of course you do.
No, no, no. I was gonna say, do you, like from what I remember, the first part of the game, it looked a little bit edgy because I think Everton had a couple of chances. Do you think that is like? Do you think that it's a concern moving forward that teams like that are looking dangerous against you guys? Because I feel like a better team finishes the chances that they had, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same thing I said against Ipswich Town, and they actually
Hmm.
finished. We still need to understand exactly the system in terms of defensive wise. Like, there's still, for me, um, too many transition opportunities, and also when opponents have the ball at the edge of our box, I just feel like we're too soft. We play off the opponents way too much, giving them way too much space. And I think that's something. If you really watch Amarim's like just on the sideline, he's always like just urging like push up. Like are you giving players so much time and space to create? These are all professionals here, so yeah, it's definitely a concern. But I think with us finally like understanding the system, that's something that if you watch Sporting, they don't let people do that. And I remember against City, they're not going to let you just be coming down and doing whatever in the middle of, especially the middle of the pitch. So that's something we definitely need to work on and get the players that we need to just plug in and cut that bleeding out.
It's funny. It's funny. You said something there. System. Keyword. I just wanted to point that out. But
Yeah,
nothing else from me.
blueprint.
Blueprint system. It's nice to see it coming together, right?
It's nice to have our players back. Yes.
Shameless.
Okay. Anything else?
From that game, nope.
Nothing else? Okay. Yeah, good win for you guys. Big
My
first
high
win
was
indeed.
cut short. Let's move on.
I
Can't
was
wait to
gonna
talk about
say
that one.
a big win in the Ruben era, Big Ru. But anyways, let's keep it rolling. We move forward to today's set of fixtures.
Yes, yes, of
And
course.
I believe, Francis, you guys had the earliest kickoff, the 2:30.
You know we did.
Go go ahead.
I
Go
can't
ahead.
stand him for today.
Because
EJ,
you're
you're
shameless.
gonna have to take over. I can't do this today.
He has no shame at
Sit
all.
back and listen then. Anyway, 2:30 kickoff away, bottom of the table, Southampton. Obviously, I predicted a win. First goal,
Yo, EJ, hide
decisive.
that label. We ain't sponsored, bro.
Oh yeah, you're wilding. You're wilding, my
Okay.
boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take that label off, bro.
black censor line right there, ASAP. But nah,
I'll do it on the edit. On the edit, I'll.
but nah, yeah. Keep it kind of short and concise. We bludgeoned these people today. This honestly should have been at least 7 or 8-1. We could have easily scored 10 goals, and that's not an exaggeration. Decided with a header early on. Yes, we did have a defensive mishap that got them back into the game.
Lapse.
They scored, sure. Back they scored, but like 4 minutes after we scored, but then they gave it right back to us, and Kunku had a tap in for a goal. Madueke, great finish for it. Goal number 3. At that point, that's like this is 30 minutes, 35 minutes, somewhere in there. I'm thinking we get one more goal, we're gonna kill it off. But we were kind of lackadaisical, honestly. We definitely started playing sloppy, and even in the, I want to say towards the middle of the second half, I could get a sense like if we don't get another goal, this is how, going back to how Chelsea used to be. This is how they score one goal, boom, they're right back into this game. Thankfully enough, Cole Palmer gets the 4th goal. Yes, I know, tapping. That's fine. It goes a goal. And then Mr. Loney, Jadon Sancho. His first Premier League goal. How does it feel to score a goal in blue? He looks pretty happy, Kenny. And he looks pretty happy right now. But, 5-1 to the good boys, and goal difference is now up +4. And I believe if we go back to the match between your two teams, there wasn't that much of a goal difference. So I think now that makes it certified that, at least for today, Chelsea is second. Carry on, gentlemen.
It's funny because I looked at you guys' schedule. I was talking to Fred after the Man U game. I looked at you guys' upcoming schedule.
Oh yeah.
Francis, I want you to smile. I want you to keep the same energy over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's all I want.
Yes, I've seen the schedule already.
Yes. Good.
I've seen the
I
schedule
just
already.
like as I always say, enjoy.
Exactly. And we rotated a lot of people today ahead of our next game, which we'll talk about later.
You rotate every week. You don't play anybody during the week. You always rotate, so that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's fair.
Anyways, honestly, the game is straightforward. You played against Southampton.
Yeah.
Southampton are god awful.
They're going to get
It's a
relegated. So we know that.
yes, it's a straightforward game. So we move on.
Nice.
I don't really have much to say outside of I think the. Do you guys really think that was a red card on Cucurella for the hair pull? I think it's a red card.
Yeah,
He yanked his head.
that's just like a
Yeah.
non
Non-football
football play. Yeah, you
What's
can't.
wrong
Gotcha.
with you?
He's an
Yeah,
idiot,
exactly. Exactly. That's what it is.
and that's his second red card, and he's the captain. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah. And I
Shameless.
think that's probably a 3-game suspension on top of that,
4.
too, right?
It's 4
It's 4.
because it's his second one,
Oh,
second red card. So you're gonna add an extra game on top.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Dummy.
question for Chelsea.
Yep.
Are you
Chelsea
guys in the title race?
No, we're not.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
No,
because
no, no.
I was prepared for this. I was prepared for this one.
Hold
It's
on, Francis.
early.
Francis, hold on. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't allow you to get away with it, Francis, because you are the man that told me, what was it? Goals and objectives are fluid. Fluid.
Yes, I absolutely said that. But right now, they're not changing. We can revisit this later.
Wait,
And what
why?
did I say?
But why though? You're a
We can
third of the
revisit.
way through the. You're hold on. You're a
Yeah.
third of the way through the season,
Yep.
and just as you said, you are solidified in second place. That's what you said.
Absolutely.
So why wouldn't you be in a title race? Explain that to me.
It's early. We have a
Look
very
at his
young
mouth. Look at
team.
his mouth, Francis.
Young team.
Look at
Our
his mouth.
first year under our manager.
Nick,
We
wait,
have
this
to.
one, y'all.
We,
Look at his mouth. Look at his
we have
mouth.
to continue to gel. We're not there. This is the top challenge for City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. We all know that. We're gonna fall off. We're gonna fall off. We're gonna fall off. It's fine. Let us just get into our top four. Like I said, from the beginning of the year, all I care about this year is top four. You get me top four, we move. That's it. We can visit that title challenge next year.
It's funny because when I say these things, I get ridiculed. Now look at his mouth.
But like I
I
said,
said this a few years ago. I was slandered from top to bottom. Now look at his mouth.
what I like I said, as you guys both said, goals are fluid. I am not opposed. Come 2 months from now, and we're still in second. I may say, you know what? F it. Let's go for this title. We don't know yet. We'll see though. But for right now, let's just keep chugging along, working as a team, building.
You're
You're a
hilarious.
clown. You're a clown. You have no shame. You have no shame at all.
My boys.
But anyway,
Anyways,
that was my only question.
yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on
Match
to
of the
the
day.
second
The floor
match.
is
Actually,
yours.
it was match of the day. Actually, you're right. Arsenal versus Manchester United at the Emirates, 3:15 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. Going into the game, I had like a slight worry because like everybody says what they want. I think Ruben is a good coach, and I think that based off of what I saw from him 2 years ago when we played against Sporting in the Europa Cup, he sets up his team in a way that makes it very difficult for us to play our game. He did it 2 years ago in both the home and away leg, and he did it again today in the first half. Um, I was worried about Gabriel and Calafiori not playing because that meant we had to play Kirior and Zinchenko, which makes our left side like very weak, or that's the vulnerable side of our team when they're both playing because they're both not starters. Zinchenko's not good defensively. Kirior is all right defensively, but he makes mistakes every so often. But it's because he's not a starter. He's not a star, which I understand. So that's where my concern going into the game was. Look at the first half. There wasn't a lot going on outside of that one Thomas Partey chance. I think the Dallo chance where he put it wide. There wasn't really too much in the game. You guys did a really, really good job of pressing us and stopping us from playing and slowing the game down because we like to play a more like high tempo game where we're moving the ball around, Odegaard's moving and getting the ball, et cetera, et cetera. But it was very slow. You guys pressed us, and I think you did a good job of that. And I think honestly, it was a very, very even game throughout the first half. Second half came. I think we upped the pressure and pace a little bit. And that ultimately helped us because I think we start to get a lot more corners in the second half as opposed to the first half because we were trying to like get down the field a bit more. And then ultimately that's how we ended up getting our first goal, which is, think at this point we're like the set piece kings. What
Set
what
Piece
what?
FC.
No, Stoke City FC, Stoke City. And that's where we got both of our goals from.
Just look at
And
his face. Look at his face. Hammering Army. Continue, EJ, please.
oh yeah, we got the 2 goals from the set pieces. And it was good to see because I looked at some numbers, and it's always interesting to see the numbers and stuff at the end of games. That was our 500th game at the Emirates, the 4th time in a row that we've beaten Manchester United, which is crazy. I didn't even realize that because I was thinking about like over the past couple of years, and we have beat you guys 4 times straight, both home and away, which is crazy. Um,
I wonder how many
and
times we've done that in our past, but I digress.
I don't.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think. I don't think it's
The
been.
commentators,
I don't.
Oh
the
yeah.
commentators wanted to say that so bad.
Let's get it.
I don't think there's ever been a time where it's been consistent. Like I know there's times where you guys have beat us 1 time in a season, or maybe you've done the double. But I don't think you've ever beat us 4 times in a row, like from season to season. I don't think that's ever happened.
2 whole years of domination.
But it
Let's
is what it is.
relax.
But yeah, good set piece goals. Which is if we can't get it through open play, we'll get it through set pieces. And I think that this week specifically is a good way to show we can do it in multiple different ways. Last week it was free flowing in 3 different games. This week we couldn't get the free flowing, and we found a way to score from set pieces. So we move. Good 3 points. And a big result because Liverpool dropped points today.
Indeed.
And definitely need. Why are you raising your fist? You're not in the
Yeah.
title race.
Yeah. What are you excited
This one,
about?
It's a good thing.
This one doesn't.
For Arsenal?
Yeah, for Arsenal. Yeah, for Arsenal.
Look at it.
The NC.
Censor that.
But yeah,
Oh,
go
it's
ahead,
my
Cody.
turn.
Talk to us. Yeah.
He's already disheveled.
I
My bad.
honestly, I don't have much to add. I would honestly, that's probably one of your best analysis you've ever done. I'll give you props. You didn't, have your glasses on today. You actually saw the game for what it is.
I always
So
see the game for what it is.
no, remember Francis. EJ had those glasses that he swore were prescription. I don't see them anymore. Have you seen them lately?
Yeah.
Remember last year? I told you those things had red tint on the insides. He doesn't wear them
So
anymore.
I snapped him.
Yeah, since he stopped wearing them, he's been actually seeing the game very well this season. If we would have had, it was the gold ones. These ones you still see clearly. It was the gold ones. If you would have asked me to predict the score for this game, I would have said 2-1 Arsenal. So, one, I'm not shocked that we lost, or I'm not upset that we lost. I thought what really vexed me was the fact that we didn't let them break us down in the first half, like EJ mentioned, and then we're giving up goals off of corners because everyone has watched Arsenal play. We know what they're going to do. Yeah, it's a hard ball, and Declan Rice especially, he just literally hits the same exact spot on every single corner, and it's very difficult to defend. But I'm sorry. You've seen Arsenal do this time and time again, defend better. I'm not sure why we were in like a zone type kind of defense where we were just picking up your spots and then just waiting for Arsenal players to come. Like, you know what they're going to do. Mark somebody and just follow them. I don't understand why that's so difficult. Even if you want to play a zone, maybe have 2 other people with, for example, if Gabriel was playing, have somebody on him because you know that's the person, or 2 people because you know that's the person that they're targeting. Go ahead.
I think they were a bit more relaxed because they saw that Gabriel wasn't playing, so they didn't think we'd be as effective on set pieces. Not an excuse, but I think that's probably what ended up happening.
Yeah, well, Yeah, that's a mistake because the very first corner is Partey should have scored that. He just missed it and hit his shoulder. Still,
Yeah,
I don't even know how that didn't go in because sometimes you just hit your shoulder and it still goes in. But
yeah.
from jump, they should have done a way better job and push dudes out the way of your keeper. I don't understand. like, I I don't know. For play soccer, obviously only to high school, but to me as a defender, I don't let anyone just crowd my keeper. Like you push dudes out the way, and I just feel like for some
It's too
reason I don't.
soft.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of teams in the Prem they just let Arsenal crowd their keepers. Their keepers can't come out and punch the ball. Like shift them from your keeper. So that's why I was vexed. It's not that we lost; it was just a matter of like really two corners. But regardless, Arsenal probably deserved the win because of how they came out in the second half. Um, your comment about the substitution of Garnacho and who was the other player that got subbed off? Mason Mount. Yeah, I
Mm.
understand that. I think I took it more as you're saying, oh, those specific players because they got subbed out, and I'm like, well, they're not gonna press for 90 minutes. But yeah, I see what you're saying that they were the ones, and their profile is for them to press, and they Mason Mount. This one thing he knows how to do is run around.
His run, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, they did a good job of that. A little disappointed in the substitutes that came in that didn't keep up with that tempo. But regardless, it's not a game that I expected to win. But I'm just annoyed that we didn't
In
let
the way
them
that it
score.
happened.
Yeah, we didn't let them break
Yeah,
us down and then score. But it is
yeah.
what it is. Not surprised. Still need more time in the system. It's good seeing Lenny Euro come out and make his debut. Um, and yeah, we didn't have. And I was a little surprised by his selection, given that Lissandro and Manu were suspended. I didn't expect him to shift it up that much, given that we're playing Arsenal, but he did.
Hmm.
Would have loved to see Amad Diallo start the game and kind of take on Zinchenko. But
Honestly, you know what I think his game plan was. I think his game plan was to do because this is exactly what he did when he was at Sporting. He would set the team up in a way that literally stops us from playing, and then in the last like I'll say like 35, 30 minutes
he brings
we'll put players on that are going to like run at us while we're tired, while we're more prone to make mistakes, whatever, and then they capitalize off of it. And I think that that's what the game plan was because he put Diallo in, and I think Rashford in at around the same time, and then they came in and they started to every time Diallo. I want to give him his flowers. Every time he got the ball, he looked to do something. He looked dangerous. It's
He's a
crazy to
potent
see that he's
youngster.
playing right wing back, but he's been very effective there. I think in his last game he had like 2 assists, and I think he almost scored or 3 assists or
yeah,
something like that.
two
Um,
assists.
yeah, he's been playing really well. So I think that that's literally what the game plan was. First half, just stop us from playing. Second half, halfway through, put on players to run at. And it almost worked, but we ended up having to take Zinchenko off. I'm just never comfortable when he's playing against a good winger. So I was happy that we took him off, put Timber on
Yeah,
the left, and Partey back on the right backs.
and it would have been very interesting because Bruno had to play more of the deep playing midfielder role versus his
Yeah.
usual
Is Manu
attacking.
hurt?
No, he was suspended. Got a yellow card last game.
Oh, okay.
It was
Got you, got you,
and it
got
was
you.
a very very stupid yellow because he just took a bad touch that he had to foul. I believe it was Dwight McNeil. It was a very very stupid yellow card. Um,
Lack of discipline.
Stop it.
That's two suspensions. That's two suspensions for too many yellow cards.
For him?
What
Oh
do you mean for
wow.
No,
Lissandro?
no, not him. I'm saying like players in your squad.
Oh.
There's
Okay.
no lack of discipline. It's just accumulating silly yellows.
It
But
Is
resets
yeah,
with the
that
new manager.
is that not lack of discipline? Too many yellow cards?
it's not a lack of
Or
discipline.
stupid? Sorry, stupid yellow cards.
If you're kicking the ball, getting red cards, that might be a lack of discipline. But
Don't talk about
hey,
me. I'm asking you a
I,
question
I
about your
answered your
team.
question. There's no lack of discipline at my club. I want them to get
Mm.
more yellows because I want them to tackle somebody rather than just sitting back and giving them space. How about that? But
Okay.
anyway, it would have been
Gotcha.
interesting to have Mano in the game and have Bruno actually play his position. But it is what it is. We'll move on. The thing I want to see is just more of the performance right now. It just sucks again that we're going to be playing so many games where we have to find a way to just
Rotate
learn.
and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
learn and rotate
Honestly, I
players.
think I think this period's gonna be good for you guys because it's gonna be game repetition, like
Hmm.
back to back to back, and he's starting to implement his blueprint of the style that he wants to have and how he wants the team to look. And I think in the long run, there's no better practice than game situations. So I think it's going to help you guys, honestly. Even though you have like a rough patch of games, a rough patch of teams that you got to play against, I think it's going to be good in the long run.
Yeah, it's just we don't get the luxury as we are United. So every
No,
bad result is going to be
this
the end of the world. But it's like,
no. I don't think that's going to be the case this year. He came in mid-season with a
You got to
team
give him
that,
grace.
yeah, he's going to
no,
get some
I'm.
grace.
We know that. But at
Mm.
the end of the day, Man United lost 8 out of, and it's like, relax.
I don't.
We're
I really
learning.
don't think they'll do that with Ruben. I don't think they'll do that
Oh,
this season.
bro, they will do
Not this
that.
season with Ruben.
Yes, they will. Bro, it's Man United. Yes, they will. Every single Sky Sports, oh, Ruben's record versus Eric Ten Hag's record at this time. They always do stuff like that because it's United.
Can't wait to see that.
It's coming.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. But it is what it is. I think you guys. You have a. I think he's a really good coach, in my personal opinion. So I think as time goes, you guys will definitely figure it out, and you'll get back to where you used to be. Um, but yeah. Anything else, Francis?
Nope, nothing from you.
Yeah. Want to give a big shout out to the Toon Army. Alexander Isak doing his thing, scoring against Liverpool. I really thought that Newcastle was going to win the game. If I'm gonna be real with
They
you,
should have won.
yeah, they should have.
Play with their food. Too many
But
chances.
I'll say this. I'm gonna call this one early. Alexander Isak is coming to Arsenal. I see that in his future.
It's in January.
No. I don't think it'll be January. I think next season. I think he'll end up at Arsenal next year.
His contract's up. I
I
don't think
think
so.
he's getting to the 2 year mark, and I don't think he wants to extend. Because once you get to like that 2 year mark, they start to be like, all right, if you're not going to extend, we got to sell you because we want to make sure that we get money in without you leaving for free, kind of thing. So yeah, I think yeah, because this is his third season at Newcastle. So I think yeah, because the first year he got there, they got into Champions League. The second year he played in Champions League. Yeah, this is the third year. So we'll see. Um, yeah, good game. 3 points, closing the gap on Liverpool. That's all we could ask for. So we move. I did have one question for you, Kenny. It's the only question I got today. I know last year we had this conversation about Phil Foden being considered a world class player. My question for you is, Kenny, because I've always felt that these two players are on the same level, and if one's world class, then the other is. But if one isn't, I don't. Me personally, I don't think either are world class yet. But you've always said that Phil Foden is world class, but Saka is not. So my question for you is now, or would you consider Saka world class, or would you still put him below in the category below?
I only consider Phil Foden world class after last year. He got into that tier for me.
Hmm.
And there's no one here that watched Foden and didn't say he was probably top 10 in the world at that point. Mans was balling. Champions League, Prem, whatever. Held up City while Holland, De
De
Bruyne
Bruyne was out.
were hurt, held them up. And to me, yeah, Rodri was still there, but you need someone that could put the ball in the back of the net and get assists to get results.
I'm not
So
gonna lie to you. I do feel like I can name 10 better players than Phil Foden.
last year.
Last year.
Name 5 right now.
Name five.
That's
Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodri, Salah. Uh, last year was last year the year that Messi won the World Cup, or was that the year before?
2 years ago.
Oh, but he won Copa America. I'm still putting Messi above him.
his
He's right there.
I don't know about that.
I disagree.
Foden was on a tier. But
No, he
regardless,
was on a tier, but
but yeah, and I think you're trying to compare what's going on right now. But he's been hurt. He just came back. I don't think we
He
can.
was
but
out
but
today.
but
I had to sub him for my fantasy team.
the thing that I'm trying to say is I think that these players are on the same level. I personally don't think either of them are world class. I'm not trying to put Foden down. I just don't think either is world class yet. I think they have the potential to be, but I just don't think they're there yet. Like Salah is a world class player.
That's fair.
There has to be something bigger than world class for him because maybe one of the world's best
Ooh. For Salah or for Foden?
for Salah. For Salah,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, I can't put him above world class because that for me, above world class, that's what Messi and Ronaldo were doing.
I think that's different because we said that's more like generational, and I don't want to get
Yeah.
too deep into this topic, but to me, what Foden did last year put him in world class. Like, if I see Saka do that, I have no issues. And I think he's on the trajectory of what he's doing this year. He has to, for me, as I've always said, if Saka would have stepped up in those games the last couple of seasons, Arsenal would be a Premier League winner. He did not. Foden did. Hence, they won the Premier League. So that to me is the difference. I have no problem with Saka or anything. Dudes on my fantasy team go crazy. But that's been the only difference for me. Foden last year, there's no one that could be like, oh yeah, Saka and Foden were playing at the same level next year. Absolutely not. Foden was on a different level than any. He won the Player of the Year. He was on a different level than anyone in the Prem last year. So that's why, to me, from his performances last season, he got into the world class category.
Hey, football is all about opinions. I respect it, but I disagree.
In 2 years, I have another name I want to put in that conversation.
I'm not
But
listening
I'm
to
gonna
you.
wait.
Please,
I just
I'm
said
not
2
listening.
years.
No,
I just said 2 years.
no.
I didn't say right now. I just said 2 years. I just said 2
Are you
years.
sure you can wait 2 years?
I don't think he's too horny. I don't think he can wait.
2 years. That's
He
it.
can't-
In about. We'll
He
see.
can't
Though.
wait to talk about Cole Palmer.
We'll see,
his
though.
fantasy team is named in Cole. He's not even on your
It's
squad.
in Palmer I trust, and you should thank him for your win today against me because he scored. There you go.
No, it was Saliba and his clean sheet that helped me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on because I don't even want to get into that delusional conversation.
That's not delusional whatsoever.
You need
But I
to,
just said in 2 years.
Francis, you need to remove those blue glass.
What I said was wrong?
Talk about me with these red glasses. You need to talk about him with his blue glasses and his blue Kool-Aid.
I did not say.
He always has.
I did not say right now. I said in about 2 years.
Why do we even need to talk about it?
I'm even surprised
your
he
time
said
was
two.
before. Your time was before, not now. We finished with
You know
Chelsea
what?
talk.
You know what? Go ahead.
I'm actually proud of him. I'm shocked that he said 2 years. So I'll actually leave that.
No problem.
Anyways, we're going to move on to the next segment of the show. Thank you. Now we are going to preview this upcoming weekend's games. And I believe up first on the docket is Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, we play at
On
12:30.
Saturday.
Yep.
Hmm.
Could be a tricky game. We're at home. Forest isn't a team to be really toyed around with. Kind of, I got to see the highlights from today, but I know Chris Wood missed a one-on-one chance versus City that could have made the game interesting. That would have made it 1-1, and then KDB ended up scoring like 5 minutes later to make it 2-1. Um, sorry, 2-0. I will go Man United 3, Forest 1. I think we get a goal late to close it off, but it will be testy at 2-1 for a little bit. But finish the game 3-1 United.
2-2 draw. Force is sneaking, and I
They
think
are.
they're going to show their sneakiness and get a draw out of this.
I think it'll be a 3-2 Man U win. That's what I'm going with. I like Ruben a lot. I think he's a good coach. I think he's going to get you guys rolling soon. And I think that, Forest have had a good run, but come on, they're a mid-table team. You guys will win.
I hope.
All right, up next, what we got? Arsenal versus Fulham, 9 a.m. on Sunday at Craven Cottage. This is a game that we lost last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think we lost 2-1. Was it? Right?
No, they scored. Didn't I score 3?
No, it's
They
2-1.
did.
I thought they
No,
scored
it's
3.
2-1. I'm looking at it right now. December
Okay.
31st, 2-1 Fulham.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember I was talking to you, Francis, at halftime. We were up 1-0. And then I wasn't happy with the performance, but we scored.
Okay.
And then they came and scored 2 on us. Yeah, I remember. Forest or Fulham. What is their running games been looking like? They've been losing. Oh wow, they've been losing these past few games. But they tied against Tottenham on Sunday. I think, and they also have a game midweek against Brighton. I think that we are going to win this game. I'm going to go with 2-0. Because I feel like Arteta does this thing where he doesn't let stuff go. And this is going to be a game that he's circled from last year. That he's going to push the boys and make sure that they know they have to win this game and set a statement.
I was actually going to go with the exact same score. 2-0. To Arsenal.
I will go
Go ahead,
2-1.
Manny.
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal. ESR.
You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait.
No celebration.
He couldn't wait to say that. He could not wait. All right. Last but not least, Chelsea versus Tottenham at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yes.
11:30.
Yes. Game of the weekend. We are in a good run of form right now. We all know that we hate Spurs. They're a rubbish team. With that being said, I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1. 3-1 Chelsea. No, 3-2 Chelsea, because our defense, it's just something about our defense. Just it gives me a little bit of anxiety, but I will go 3-2. I think it's going to be high scoring. But 3-2 Chelsea. We'll pull it out.
I'll go 3-3. I think it's going to be high scoring as well. Both teams defensively, but with you guys, you already know mistakes at the back. And Tottenham are a team that they're going to vary that. But on their end as well, I think they're still missing a couple of key players defensively. So they're not at their strongest. And regardless, you guys have shown that you're gonna put the ball in the back of the net. So I'll go 3-3 for an exciting game.
Thank you for mentioning that, Kenny, because I actually forgot that their center backs are injured.
But
Because
remember, they had the same injured center backs, and they went to City and blasted them.
that
It's
is
true.
true. Well, for me, I know it's going to be a high scoring game. And I'm like tossing and turning between a 4-3 Tottenham win and a 4-4 draw. Just because it's away at Tottenham, and I know both defenses are open.
This is for the record.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It's a crapshoot because it could literally go. I know it. But mark my words, both teams will score at least 3 goals. I just don't know who's gonna edge it.
use your brain.
Mm, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Four
We don't
three
have.
Tottenham. 4-3 Tottenham.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That means we're gonna win just like we won last year, 4-1. Then watch Nico Jackson with the
Yeah,
hat trick from last year.
stop. You were playing against 7 men. Stop it.
That's not our
My
fault.
goodness. Have some shame. My
That's
goodness.
that's not
He
that's not our
scored
fault.
4 when he should have had 10. Stop it, Francis.
Hey man,
You have no shame, bro. You have no shame.
So EJ, your record right now is 5-8, I believe, or 5-7. Either way.
I
I
just
thought 5 and
predicted. I just
7.
predicted Chelsea to win this past
Yeah,
game.
so
Okay.
6 and 7,
Yeah.
below 500, usual.
And you guys are just you're actually just lucky that we didn't do it another episode before today's game because I would have predicted you guys to win.
You predicted them
as
to
well.
beat Villa?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I said the game was at at Stamford Bridge, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always said that you guys were going to win that game easily. I even predicted a 2-0 for you guys.
Okay. No
We need to
problem.
put a
Comfortable.
what is the bet at the end of the season? We need to figure that out. Maybe I think if you lose, you have to get Francis some Chelsea apparel.
I do not need that from you. Trust me, I do not need that from you.
Oh yes, you do. Yes, you do. But anyway, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, that wraps up another episode of the Banter 3FC podcast. Want to definitely thank you guys again for tuning in. Again, we are on YouTube and Instagram at Banter 3FC. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share all of our content. And once again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.
Go Brighton.
Keep the blue flag.
Hey, shout out to the Notre Dame
high.
Green Knights. We always
Oh,
slaying
Lord.
them Hamden Dragons. You know the vibes.
I thought you lived in Cheshire.
You always have to ruin things. I'm gonna edit that part out. I just have to ruin it.
Dude's exposing hometowns.